I'm Ben Bailey, and I believe our homegrown food is world class. The quality of our produce, the skill, creativity and passion of our people is second to none. There is more to the New Zealand food story than ever before. Here at Ahi, we are always striving to use the best local ingredients and tell the provenance of where it comes from. Food is more than fuel to power our bodies. Our food in New Zealand has a unique story. I want to experience its origins and the Kiwis behind it. This part of New Zealand is absolutely stunning. Central Otago, it's a world of flavour. Ranfurly, Naseby, the Maniatoto. It is truly beautiful. I just love it down here, and I'm heading to meet a farmer who is changing the way in agriculture, and it's paying exceptional results. Situated in this stunning high country, Shortland Station has been in the family since 1946. My gosh, David, this place is absolutely incredible.
This is why it's called the Big Sky Country.
For David, Providence lamb is all about the soil. He has a biological farming approach that works on the soil's microbiome that keep the nutrients in the soil available to the plants.
Yes, we've got to go away from the beauty and look at the beauty of the soil, and that's where the nutrients come from for the taste of the Providence lamb. So it's how we tend those soils is a critical point. Keeping the chemicals out of the system.
Yeah.
And getting the root structure deep so all the nutrients come right out of the soil. Why I developed Providence lamb, because it had a very subtle, better taste than any other lamb we tend to be using. There is a breeding program behind as well.
Yes.
Using a crossbred sheep or of a Texel Perindale base. Not about the breed of sheep, it's about the conformation of the sheep. So the better the conformation, the better muscle structures, the better meat to bone ratios.
So you got a spade in your hand there?
Yep, I'm going to give it to you to dig a hole and find out what's happening in these soils.
Great. I've gone too deep.
No.
What? Come on, mate.
Bloody chef on a shovel. Right, what do we see? We're seeing
roots.
The roots coming right down.
Deep, look at that.
In the old chemical fertiliser days, put the chemical fertiliser on top, the roots didn't have to go down to reach it, and it wasn't bringing up the nutrients out of the soil.
Wow.
So we changed the system to get the biology operating that pushed the roots down into the soil. Here's the roots right down on the base here now.
Wow.
And that's putting the carbon back in the soil.
Yeah. Essentially, you're training the grass to go deeper, basically.
Yeah, but utilising nature. Like, nature's designed the grass to go deep. The farmer's been seen as a bit of a devil with his farming practices, but here we are environmentally proactive.
Yeah.
Feeding the chemical fertiliser on top, they didn't need to go deep.
Made it lazy.
It made it lazy, yeah.
Nothing worse than a lazy farmer. So your occupation is not a lamb farmer, you're a grass grower.
Well, you don't have lambs without grass.
Like wine, when you taste the lamb from here, you taste the provenance of it. You taste lamb from this soil.
Yeah.
There's not many suppliers that say that, and I really like it. And it's opened up a different perspective for me because, you know, beef is beef, and we talk about, oh, is it Wagyu, is it Hereford, what is it? You know what I mean? But we never talk about beef or lamb coming from a certain terroir, tasting different from, you know, 100 kilometres that way. So I think that's a really interesting angle for us to talk about to our guests.
Yes, yeah.
So this is your legacy, eh?
Oh, in a way, yeah.
David is indeed leaving a legacy behind and is driven to leave his land in the best condition possible. My favourite part, I can smell the barbecue. And on the tools is Providence Lamb Ambassador Michael Coughlan. Hello, Michael. We meet again.
How you going, Ben?
How's
Good to
things?
see you. Yeah, very good, thank you.
Thanks for cooking. It's normally me doing this, so
You're welcome.
get
You're
a day
welcome.
off. So what are we cooking today?
We've got some lamb belly, also got a top side that we're going to use, and the go-to is a lamb rump or a French rack, and they equate to about 3 or 4% of the animal. And if we want to be really and truly sustainable, we actually have to learn to use the whole animal.
100%, and we need to inspire the home cooks too.
Yeah. This roulade basically has got the merguez sausage that we've made from lamb, and we've rolled up the belly around it.
That's immaculate.
It's been tied with string to hold the shape and then formed in glad wrap, and we've actually sous vide this one. But I'd recommend for those that don't have a sous vide, it's not necessary. You can actually just slow cook it.
Add some asparagus, couscous, pickled fennel for added texture.
How's that looking?
Yeah, no, that looks pretty good, actually. I've done the same dish just done in the oven there, 3 hours around 110 degrees, and then just take it out of the tin foil and then crank the oven up for 10, 15 minutes just to get a bit of a char on. And there we have it.
Simple. Delicious, look at that. Okay, so what's next? This looks really interesting, this cut.
Okay, well, this cut here, this is the lamb top side, so it comes off the leg. And the good thing about this has a fat cap on, so you could easily cut through this as a steak.
Yes.
And leave that, you know, and appreciate that as you would do a rump.
You're talking a lot about chefs here and how chefs can prepare this lamb, but Joe Public, can they order this lamb from somewhere?
Yeah, we pretty much don't have a middleman. We are it, so you can go directly to our website.
Yeah.
And there is a
That's
shopping
amazing.
page on the website that allows you to purchase these cuts, including the top side.
Their ethos is they want people to come to them so they can see the story and the origins of their lamb. And to me, that's what it's all about.
Got a wee bit of kimchi that we're going to mix in with these.
Ooh, baby.
Zucchini kimchi that I make. So,
Oh, wow, zucchini kimchi.
yeah,
Mate, that's gold.
it is. It's got incredible flavour. This will act as the dressing. It's got a little bit of kick to it.
Yum.
Miso creamer, just basically sour cream, some miso.
Yeah.
A little bit of lemon juice. It's got that lovely umami
Oh, I'd never thought
aroma
that.
to it. That creaminess enhances that savouriness of the lamb.
Yum.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah,
I think we need to get the boss man back in.
yeah, let's do.
In my moment.
This is all your hard work. 72 years are on these plate. What do you think?
Fantastic.
I just think it's so important to teach people how to use the secondary cuts, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that is better than any lamb rack.
I know. It's interesting because it has got texture and flavour.
All right, so this is the top side. Like a hot knife through butter. All right, dive in, guys.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, it's absolutely
Beautiful.
delicious. So this is the future, this cut, I think, for us at the restaurant.
It's yummy.
Well, this epitomises New Zealand. The great New Zealand lamb story.
Yep.
You guys are right at the top. Thank you so much for having me today.
You're
It's
welcome. Thank you.
Been insightful. I've got a big challenge, you know. I've got to somehow get the story across to our guests, so thank you so much.
No, good luck and thanks for being here.
Well done. Thank you.
Coming up, a bucket list moment as I dig for black gold.
Am I doing it right? Yeah. Okay, my first truffle ever. Oh, there it is.
Nestled on the Kawerau River in Cromwell lies Black Quail Estate, home to something dear to my heart as a chef, and that is a black truffle. Today is not the day to dig them up. But finally, 3 weeks later, the owners have given me the call to come and help dig up the truffles, and it's a very moody Cromwell day.
I think this is the doorbell.
Hello, Ben.
Hello.
Welcome to Black Quail.
Thank you for having me.
Truffles are amazing. The flash cousin to the mushroom. The perigold truffle is a mycelium fungus that fruits from June to August, about 10 centimetres below the ground, living in a symbiotic relationship with the roots of a host tree. It is Mother Nature working at her finest. And no truffle farm is complete without a truffle dog.
So this is a special breed from Italy.
Yeah, this is a Lagotto.
Lagotto.
And we could have used any dog, but they have a wonderful personality, these dogs.
Isn't it a great tradition where, you know, you use this one breed of dog to find truffles? Because I've also heard that they use pigs
Yes,
to find truffles, but I heard that the pigs also eat the truffle, so it's not
Well,
ideal.
also eat your fingers.
They can eat your
Yes.
fingers as well. So these are all hazelnuts, and these trees now are probably, how old are they?
20, nearly 20 years.
Nearly 20 years old. But the reason we chose hazelnuts is because oak trees which you can also grow them on, tend to produce a bit later than what the hazelnuts. So we thought, you know, it's going to be a long time before production anyway. We'll go for the one that brings us fruit first.
So we thought this will produce in 5 years, but it ended up 11 years before we got our
11
first
years?
harvest. Yeah.
It's a massive investment, isn't it, when you think about it? All right, let's find some truffles. Come on. I am dying to find a truffle.
Okay.
If you just stand a little bit behind, that's good. Where's truffle? Where's truffle? Where's truffle? Good dog. Good dog. So we'll have a look here and see what we've got.
What are you doing for a job normally, Rod?
Me, I'm an eye specialist.
An eye specialist?
Yeah.
A surgeon?
Yeah.
You're the surgeon of the Truffle here.
Yes, I think getting the truffle out is a bit of a surgical procedure.
We'll dig this one up.
Oh, yeah, that smells good. Such a juxtaposition here. Like, this is a mushroom that's worth, you know, close to $4,000 a kilo. And here it is buried in this frozen rocky ground in Bannockburn, Central Otago. Isn't that phenomenal? Wow, look at it, it's huge.
Good doggy. Well done. Good dog.
Wow,
Good doggy.
Smells incredible. Wow, Nico, you're clever.
Where's truffle? Where is it? Where is it? Where's truffle? There. Good dog.
This is a bucket list moment for me to find and dig my first truffle.
You have more aggressive than that.
I'm quite nervous. I don't want
We're here
to...
all day.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
All right, should we try another spot?
Well, I have reasonable faith in my dog. So I have probably more than I have faith in you. So, good dog. Thank you.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Wow, yes. Okay, my first truffle ever. Oh, there it is. Wonderful. Beautiful little thing.
Good doggy.
Chicken hearts are a well-deserved reward.
Well done.
Well, this is an epic haul. Look at that. Should we go back and clean them up?
Let's do that.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm so stoked to get my first truffle, but there's more work to do.
Wow, look at that. It's just totally unearthed.
And take all the bits of gravel off because chefs don't like to see bits of mud and stones in their truffle.
Fussy buggers, these chefs, aren't they? The most beautiful thing, and it comes from the mud.
While I'm in the south, I want to take the chance to visit Angela Clifford, one of the founders of Eat New Zealand, which is a not-for-profit food movement dedicated to connecting people to our land and oceans through food, which is right up my alley. Hello.
Hello.
Great to see you.
Lovely to see you. So wonderful to have you here.
It's awesome. I've heard so much about your food farm. Sort of come with an ulterior motive today. Like, I've come to see the farm, of course, but also there are many people doing great things, talking about the New Zealand food story and promoting New Zealand food. I just want to hear like what your take is on the New Zealand food story.
Just a unique opportunity, I think, to bring people together through Kai. And I think that's super important and will become even more important in the future.
Eat New Zealand is all about starting conversations around food and how every New Zealander should have access to fresh produce.
In the last month, 600,000 New Zealanders have had to access food through a charity, which is the population of Canterbury.
How can that possibly be, right?
The original question that was put to us was, why can we not access our own kai moana?
Yeah.
Why is it that when we try to go and find our fish directly from our fishers, it's almost an impossible task? And look at your face. I know that you know exactly what I'm talking about. So,
yes.
So how do we solve that problem?
Yeah. Gone are the days when a fishing boat would pull up and people would be able to purchase directly from the fishermen. We're in the far north and we're eating fish from a local restaurant that's not from the far north.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do order fish, it has to go to Auckland then back. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
There is so much more value often in being able to keep our food here for us all to experience. And what happens if we have a whole nation of people who can no longer access fresh food? What's the burden on our health system? What's the future for our society? Always with Eat New Zealand, if we see that there's something that we want to work on, we follow the story. And we've worked out that the power of the story creates change. It's not about telling people they have to change, it's about imagining what it could be.
I admire Angela's passion and drive, and it's a gentle reminder that food is all about nourishment and should not be looked at just as a commodity. Coming up, who would have thought an ex-president of the United States gifted some elk to New Zealand? And now they're a sought-after protein. I'm in Te Anau with Roy and Darius, and we're all heading into the hills. In the 90s, a group of hunters founded the Fiordland Wapiti Foundation, initially as a deer management program. Since then, they've become the guardians of one of the world's most prestigious wilderness areas, the Fiordland National Park. And I'm here to look, find, and taste some wapiti. I mean, you're the head of the Wapiti Foundation. How did you get into it? What inspired you to make change in this area?
I've been coming into Fiordland National Park for 40 years, and you know, this is my warm place in life. The Wapiti were a gift to New Zealand by President of the United States. We're talking over 100 years ago. So they were brought here, they were released in here, and the Wapiti are actually elk.
Who would have thought that President Roosevelt gifted New Zealand some elk and their genetics are still running free through the national park today? Similar to a red deer, but the big difference is their size. They are way bigger.
20 years ago, we were a group of hunters who wanted to manage the deer in here. Now we're actually a group of conservationists who manage the deer numbers for Fiordland. So number one goal for us is to protect Fiordland. Number two is actually have a resource for the hunters to hunt. So we've come right 360.
As well, the foundation are managing stoat and rat lines, all 600 of them, which are checked 8 times a year. It's a massive job and also protects birds like the kea, the kaka, and the kiwi. But it's the wapiti meat that I'm interested in.
If you look at meat in New Zealand, we want to know what it's eaten, where it's come from. If you look around us in here, and
it's crazy.
Man, there's no pesticides, there's no poisons, there's no drenches, there's no all that sort of stuff used in here, and you couldn't get a healthier protein. There's a social aspect to it as well. We're killing deer in here. I mean, that's not an easy job, and it's a big responsibility to take an animal's life.
Yeah.
And we think, you know, the least that we can do is actually utilise that for human consumption. That's a bit of respect behind that.
During COVID and the collapse of the venison market, the foundation sent 15 tonnes of wapiti mince around the country to food banks, and people started loving it. Talking with one of the country's leading game chefs led to the setup of With Wild, a company that works with nature, sourcing wild ingredients. I'm absolutely freezing, and I'm so hungry as well. So let's buzz in on Darius, and hopefully he's got the fire roaring and some venison on the grill. Darius is head chef, owner of famed game restaurant Cazador in Auckland, and a co-founder of With Wild. He is a true champion of game meat and wants more people to understand and cook this highly nutritious protein. There is a sausage I hear us to die for, but first we are starting with the heart.
This is a part of the animal that has a really high concentration of nutrients in an animal that's already super nutritious. It's not like some of the other offal, you know, that have sort of textural quirks, which I love, but, you know, can take a little bit of getting used to. More people that I've fed heart to would not know that it was heart unless I told them. We're listening out for a good sear.
Oh, yeah.
As with most venison, we're not too concerned about cooking it right through. We want this to be nice and rare in the middle. Give that a little rest. That's really all there is to it. I grew up hunting at the age of 8 and sort of, you know, learnt very quickly the weight of responsibility that you feel as a young kid. Taking the life of an animal is a really intense thing, and so the only way to really honour it is to use the animal and use the full thing.
Game is seen as a pest. So there are a lot of animals that are culled that are left on the hill and the meat's not recovered.
Yeah.
Because we have a cost of living crisis. We have people accessing food banks in New Zealand, and Yet we have all this free food out there that's getting wasted.
There's so many sort of, you know, parties and ideas that all want to join together, and it will just make sense when it does. But getting there is the hard part, and you know, it's so complex. But on the most basic level, it's this: it's talking about it, it's cooking it, and letting people, you know, making it accessible for people to try.
And it's also a challenge out there for every chef in New Zealand to have at least one item of New Zealand game on their menu. Surely that's achievable. That is so good. Notice how when something's really good, we always shake our head?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Disbelief. It's a true experience.
Mate, you've opened my eyes. That is absolutely outstanding.
So next up, I want to cook a little bit of this leg.
The butchery demo on the beach in Te Anau. This is amazing. And it's really important too, because the Denver leg is so much cheaper, especially whole.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, stop it.
Look at that.
Ew.
That all-important rest.
This epitomises the New Zealand food story. You know, this is an animal that's lived the best life. It's been cooked over an open fire on the beach in the South Island's largest lake. In a national park, it's just phenomenal.
With Wild as an ambitious endeavour is our changing the game on how to eat and access game.
There are some animals that need to be killed in order to maintain a healthy balance of different animals and different plants, all living in the environment together. Having to manage that is a necessary part of it. An unnecessary part of it is leaving the animal there. With Wild, we harvest the animals that are killed, we bring them out, and we process them, and we make it into an incredible, commercially available product.
Roy, let's do it.
Come on in, let us know what you think.
Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? I've never seen so much colour in Fiordland.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Thank you for having us, guys. Like, you guys are doing not only amazing work in conservation, but, you know, giving New Zealand the ultimate in protein. This is just incredible. I'm so inspired.
Thanks a lot for having us. It's been really awesome, eh?
Yeah, absolutely, fantastic. Sausage is good too.
It's a shame you forgot the beers, Roy, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I thought that was the cameraman's job.
A New Zealand food story was brought to you by Balance Farm Environment Awards, promoting sustainable farming and growing.